Late night talk show host Stephen Colbert was asked to deliver the commencement address to the Knox College graduating class of 2006. I have two pieces of advice, he said. First, being pre-approved for a credit card does not mean you have to apply for it. And lastly, the best career advice I can give you is to get your own TV show. The hours are good, it pays well, and you are famous. Eventually, some very nice people will give you a doctorate in the fine arts for doing jack squat. While Colbert's remarks are undoubtedly laced with humor, they also illuminate the prevailing stereotype that the fine arts are unnecessary in our schools or are of lesser importance than reading, writing, and arithmetic. However, fine arts, be it music, art, dance, speech, debate, or theater, make the best use of natural and acquired talents that most students possess. And removing the fine arts from the school curricula is an egregious mistake that happens daily across our country. Although schools are in financially tenuous situations, the absence of fine arts in pupils' lives will only hurt students' self-esteem and downplay the importance of self-expression, thereby placing the success of other curricula at risk. During our time together today, I will provide you with critical information regarding the importance of fine arts in education. Specific points will show that the fine arts build self-esteem, improve grades and stewardship, foster life skills and the hunger for knowledge. Most importantly, I will implore you to understand that even in tough economic times, the arts in our schools are worth saving. First, fine arts can build self-esteem, an especially crucial process for teens and young adults. Eric Cooper, founder and president of the National Urban Alliance for Education, stated, "Arts education enables those children from a financially challenged background to have a more level playing field with children who have had those enrichment experiences. The problem, however, with most educational programs is that they fail to consider natural differences in learning styles and abilities. Effectively, many schools are simply ignoring students' individual needs. It is the proverbial square peg in a round hole scenario." It was this understanding that led educator Neil Fleming to conclude that there are 4 learning styles: visual, auditory, reading, and kinesthetic. The arts teach students that in problem solving, rather than being fixed, factors change with circumstance and opportunity. Learning in the arts requires the ability and a willingness to surrender to the work as it unfolds. Essentially, arts education broadens the spectrum of learning for students of all styles by allowing the students to use their senses to interpret complex concepts. By understanding more about different learning styles, the students begin to learn, take pride in their work, and generally experience success. Success naturally promotes self-esteem, and this factor alone all but demands the existence of fine arts in the educational curricula. Another argument for fine arts in education is that numerous studies show studying art and music and a direct link to stellar performances in academic areas. Studies from Stanford University and the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching found that participation in the fine arts for at least 3 hours, 3 days per week, makes students 3 times more likely to experience academic success, 3 times more likely to be elected to a class office, 3 times more likely to win an award for school attendance, 3 times more likely to win an award for their written work, and 8 times more likely to receive a community service award. And these successful results can be attributed to the fact that Fine arts education cultivates the whole child, building many kinds of literacy while also developing intuition, reasoning, imagination, and dexterity. The arts teach the importance of teamwork and cooperation and demonstrate the direct connection between study, hard work, and high levels of achievement. Finally, the fine arts may not solve all of the world's problems, but they are an important tool, not just for understanding the world, but also for coping with it. For many students who see a Broadway play for the first time, or first hear a philharmonic soaring melodies, life can be changed forever. They find that their passions are awakened and they truly look forward to coming to school each day. A study conducted by Harvard's Project Zero revealed that art programs offer unique benefits that simply cannot be absorbed in any other way. They concluded that students who study the arts seriously are taught to see better, to envision, to be playful, to persist. So the art's continuing gift to us is to see and grasp life in new ways. And this process and hunger for knowledge is not something that can be assimilated through a multiple choice format or a mathematical equation. It is something that is experienced through the senses. And by doing this, the joy of learning becomes real, tangible, and powerful. Sadly, despite all of the proven benefits of fine arts in education, they are typically the first thing to go whenever budget cuts arise. However, a unique solution to the budget crisis has been found in Oregon. The Right Brain Initiative currently reaches 29,000 Oregon students over 5 districts. The program brings artists into the classroom to engage the students' imaginative right brain. Half of the program is funded by private sponsors, and the other half is funded by the city of Portland, costing only $15 per student. Since our personal, social, economic, and cultural environments are shaped by the arts at every turn, from the design on an infant's pacifier to the shoes on your feet, or even your favorite late-night talk show, we must, like Oregon, find a way to keep arts in our schools. And in doing so, we will improve a student's self-esteem, foster stewardship, and improve grades, and develop life skills and a lifelong hunger for knowledge. Perhaps former Arizona State Superintendent of Public Instruction sums it up best by saying, when you think about the importance of education, we have 3 things. We are preparing kids for jobs. We are preparing them to be citizens. And we're preparing them to be human beings who can enjoy deeper forms of beauty. The last is just as important as the other 2. As I leave you today, I hope that we can conclude and affirm that fine arts education is not merely cannon fodder for late-night comedians, but rather a sound component to any formative educational program.